Hi, I'm Gopinder Lalia. I'm a cosmetic dentist now for 7 years, I think, and I wasted so much money buying loads of courses, equipment, materials, and like any other ambitious young dentist, a lot of the things that I bought I've never used, and it's been an absolute waste of money and time. So I wanted to make this video for you young dentists on what I would advise and what I would do going back, and the 5 things that I would invest my money in. So like I said, I bought a lot of things and I wasted a lot of money. There are some things that I bought when I was younger that I still use to this day, and they're crucial. The first thing that I bought, and you probably would not be surprised when I say this, is loupes. I have no idea how dentists practice dentistry without loupes. For me, it's physically impossible. And if you want to do dentistry to a good level, they are essential. And when I first started out, I bought 3 times loupes, so 3 times magnification. And they were good. I had them for a year or two, but then I upgraded to 5 times, and now I've got 7.5 times. And to be honest, I used the 5 times the most. I got rid of the three times. They were a bit of a waste of money, and I wouldn't advise you going down 3 times magnification. I use the 5 times most of the time. I do use the 7.5 times, but not that much. They're just a bit heavy, they're a bit clunky, and my treatments in cosmetic dentistry are very long, and so I need something a bit light, and that's why I go for the 5 times. And if you're a dentist, first of all, invest in loupes. That's the first thing you should do as soon as you get out of university. In terms of the magnification, I would go for 5 times magnification. It might take you a little bit longer to get used to the mag, but once you get used to it, you'll have loupes then you can use pretty much for the rest of your career. Like I said, 7 years in, and I'm still using these 5 times magnification the majority of the time. The second thing that I would invest in is a orthodontic course. There's loads of different courses you can go on, and the reason that I'm saying an orthodontic course is because you need ortho in pretty much all cases. Not all cases, that's a lie, but a lot of cases, and it's such a handy thing to have if you want to practice good, predictable, and safe cosmetic dentistry. The ability to move teeth is so important, and my advice would be for you to figure out which one you want to go down, whether it's fixed or clear aligners. Pick one, just try and master that one. Try not to do too many things, and I think you'll see this theme throughout the video, and try and not to waste your time doing a lot of different things. My belief is getting good at 1 or 2 things and getting really good at it. So I decided to do Invisalign early on, and I liked clear aligners. I thought it was neat, it was clean, and my patients really it was in high demand. I did obviously the Invisalign 2-day course, I did the Go and the full course, then I did diplomas, I did postgraduate courses, and now I can treat pretty much any case with clear aligners, and it's very, very useful. I don't do any fixed braces whatsoever, so if someone comes in for fixed braces, I'd have to refer them to someone else in my clinic. But yeah, if you're a young dentist, definitely get onto orthodontics earlier rather than later, and that will help you plan a lot of the cases and remove the need for you to refer out a lot of the cases. You might not even get those cases back as well. The third thing that I would invest in is another piece of equipment, and again, probably not a surprise, and this time it is a camera. Cameras are so important. A DSLR camera, get a good one. Don't spend loads and loads of money, but at the same time, don't cheapen out on it. Get a twin flash, get either a 100mm or a 60mm lens. Don't get a ring flash. I got a ring flash starting out. I think it was a little bit cheaper, but it just doesn't show off the work, especially if you want to show off your cosmetic dentistry. You're going to spend so much time, money, and effort in making your skills better. You want to show it off in the best way possible, and a twin flash will do that for you. It's great for marketing. Before and after pictures that you see all over Instagram, you need a good photo camera for that. It's great for communication in a consultation environment, to take photos of the patient. They say a picture paints 1,000 words. You can just show a picture of the patient's teeth, and that could sell the treatment by itself. And lastly, and probably the most important, is the learning aspect of it. And I go through this a lot with young dentists about the importance of cameras. Taking photos of your cases, of stages within your cases, are very, very important as a learning mechanism. And if you want to shorten the feedback mechanism of how quickly you learn, then taking photos regularly and getting into the habit of doing that is important. And of course, you need a camera for that. The fourth thing that I would invest in is probably a mentor. You can go on loads of different courses, 2-day courses, 1-day courses, and they are good, and they're good for kind of superficial learning and making sure that or trying to find out if you enjoy something. But you can find that out through clinical practice and working on patients. I think as a young dentist, trying to figure out what you're good at, or at least what you enjoy doing. And once you figure that out, then it's just about going into that and trying to learn as much as possible about that thing instead of learning a little bit about a lot of things. You can do that, but you should pick 2 or 3 things that you want to go deep in. And you can't do that from a 2-day course. You can't really do that from a year course either. I think a mentor provides a different type of learning experience and a more long-term learning experience. And you can get them anywhere. You can work for someone whose work that you idolize, or you can pay for someone who might offer mentorship. But the long-term learning really is important, and them holding you accountable, providing feedback on the work that you do is really important for you to learn a skill properly and master that skill. So finding a mentor in the skill or the type of dentistry that you want to practice is very important, and that mentor should already be doing the dentistry that you aspire to do. The 5th thing that I would do when graduating university, or even a couple of years out of university, and I did this quite a lot and I still do this, is I invest heavily in things like books and online courses. I still invest heavily in books, and I've never really had a book where I felt like I've wasted my money. For the amount you pay for the book, you always get 1 or 2 things that can be very valuable. And I used to buy loads of dentistry books when I was first starting out because I just was committed to becoming the best I could be. Now I don't buy dentistry books as such. I'll buy like business books and marketing books and all this other stuff. Investing in books, investing in self-education is very important, and that extends to online courses as well. I love how on online courses you can just do the course whenever you want to do it. If you want to do it on an evening time, if you want to do it at work, between patients, for example. And the good thing about books and online courses is it allows you to repeat a lot of the information. And I think learning doesn't just occur when you read something once or if you go on a course once. It requires you to stick at something over and over again, which is why I said you need to find something that you enjoy doing, because that'll allow you to stick at that thing. So yeah, books, online courses allow you to repeat how much you can learn that thing, whereas a course, a 1-day or 2-day course, you're limited a little bit. Yeah, so that's my take on the 5 things that I would invest in. So that from the top, it's loupes, a DSLR camera, an orthodontic course for sure, and then you can do online courses and books that will help significantly. But find the few things, the 1 or 2 things that you want to get better at, and try and focus on these things. I know when I first started out, I was a bit distracted. I was trying to learn loads of different things, and you can never get really good at everything. It's impossible, and you can waste a lot of money trying to do that. And it's not necessary as well. You're not going to enjoy everything. You'll have more of an enjoyment to doing 1 or 2 things particularly, and getting good at that thing and attracting patients for that thing will give you a more fulfilling career as well. So that is the 5 things that I would invest in if I was starting out committed to the skill of dentistry. And if you found that useful, like the page, subscribe, head over to my Instagram as well. There's loads of different clinical bits of advice that I'm providing on there. And I'll see you on the next YouTube video.